Make summer more delicious with Whole Foods Market, where there's something for every adventure. Get ready for road trips with wallet-happy snacks, sparkling waters, and sports drinks from 365 by Whole Foods Market. Taking a staycation? Make it count with wild-caught fresh sockeye salmon, beef kebabs, and sirloin steaks for the grill, plus sweet and juicy summer fruit like sugar-kissed melons and organic cantaloupes. Don't forget fruit-filled pies for dessert. Summer your way with Whole Foods Market.
You know how important sleep is for your health, and that's why I'm excited to share a podcast that can help, Sleep Cove. Chris, a hypnotherapist with years of experience, provides relaxing sleep hypnosis, meditations, and bedtime stories to help you drift off. So next time you find yourself staring at the ceiling, play Sleep Cove's episodes focused on reducing anxiety or improving your confidence and experience the benefits of a good night's rest. Follow Sleep Cove on your favorite podcast platform so you can easily find it whenever you're ready to wind down and relax. This is Optimal Living Daily episode 2834. Want results? Be like Groot. I am Groot by Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator, except on the extra Sunday bonus episodes where I share an episode from a different podcast in the Optimal Living Daily network. Today's coming from my brother show, Optimal Health Daily. You can find and follow or subscribe to Optimal Health Daily wherever you're listening to this. And now let's get right to the bonus episode as we optimize your life.
Want results? Be like Groot. I am Groot by Kamb of nerdfitness.com. Most of the time, boring is bad. A boring date sucks. A boring movie can put you to sleep. But sometimes, boring is exactly what you need. You wouldn't call Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy boring, would you? Yes, I'm referring to the talking Flora Colossus tree, essentially, from Planet X in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Sure, everybody loves the fast-talking, wisecracking Rocket Raccoon, but there's something more to Groot than just a simple stoic character. In fact, it's Groot's strength and versatility that turns the tide against the forces of evil. How the heck does this relate to you getting healthy? I am Groot. Sorry, I had to. Groot is an ant-like creature who is big and strong and just wants to be who he is. President Teddy Roosevelt once said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." Groot took that advice to mean speak softly and be a giant stick. He doesn't say much, and his quiet confidence just exudes through everything he says and does. He puts his head down, does his job, and doesn't make a big fuss of it. He's stable, he's reliable, and he might even be considered boring if you didn't know him. But Groot is the character that steals the show. Why? Because he keeps things simple. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. In 3 words, he can convey and do all of the things he needs to say and do. He's strong at his core, and consistently. For the past month, I felt like Groot. I've been going to every gym I can find in New York City in an effort to find my new workout home. Before I go into a location, I mentally prepare myself to hear the same spiel over and over by the eager salesman or woman trying to get me to join their gym. On this floor is all of our cardio equipment, including our new, fill-in fancy term for a useless piece of equipment here. Over here, we have our newest high-tech machines. This is where we have our, insert some ridiculous name, classes that are designed to target your obscure body part. This is where you can check your email and use our lounge area. I nod my head politely and smile, let them go through all of these things, and then they ask if I have any questions. My response is always, "Can you just point me in the direction of the squat rack?" I can see the look of confusion on the face of the marketer trying to sell me on the dozens of amenities that everybody thinks they want, but I would never use. 4 days a week for 45 minutes, I go through a boring workout routine with Groot-like dedication and simplicity. In fact, my workouts are stupidly simple. They require a barbell, occasionally some dumbbells, and a pull-up bar or high anchor point to hang my rings from. I've been following roughly the same routine for the past 2 years. A simple combination of squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, dips, pull-ups, and some gymnastic holds. The workout, other than the weight on the bar or number of reps, has remained relatively consistent. It might not make fitness marketers excited, but it achieves Groot-like results because every day I grow stronger. There's no muscle confusion, there's no gimmick to target my abs or obliques or glutes. Instead, I get stronger every day, every week, every month. The workout strategy is simple but solid, like a tree growing from sapling to giant badass who can only say 3 words. I stay injury-free due to building a sturdy core, or trunk in tree terms, and I get excited to be like Groot and be satisfied with teeny tiny consistent growth. I'm still a long way off from where I want to be, but I am way closer now than I have ever been in the past. I shifted my focus from the exciting and short term to the boring and long term, and it's working, slowly. Many people look at the photos I post on my blog and say, that's not drastic. You lost some weight and then gained some weight and maybe some muscle, and it took you 18 months? In today's entitled world, we're told we can get results with minimal effort. 15 minutes a day, just 3 times a week is enough to get results. Get shredded in 90 days. One trick that will banish belly fat. My results might not be drastic, but they are realistic, consistent, dependable, and sustainable. You don't see stories like this in supplement ads or hanging on walls in gyms because it's not exciting. I add 1 rep to a deadlift, or 5 pounds or less to an exercise, or hold a gymnastic pose for half a second longer, and slowly, consistently grow stronger. Now that I'm following the Groot method, every day is a small, humble improvement. Or as Groot would say, I am Groot. We are Groot. Groot doesn't quickly grow from tiny sapling to walking tree badass hero in a few hours. Your body won't transform overnight either. In fact, when it comes to trees and tree-like creatures, it's the slow growth that creates the deepest roots and the thickest trunk. I actually have no idea if that's scientifically true, but if it's the metaphor we're using, and I'm on a roll, so let's go with it. Groot is okay with slow, consistent growth, and you should be too. James Clear wrote a fantastic article about the idea of 1% improvement. Quote, in the beginning, there is basically no difference between making a choice that is 1% better or 1% worse. In other words, it won't impact you very much today. But as time goes on, these small improvements or declines compound, and you suddenly find a very big gap between people who make slightly better decisions on a daily basis and those who don't. This is why small choices don't make much of a difference at the time, but add up over the long term. End quote. So yes, you might see fantastic results in 90 days. However, we all know from studies and from numerous past attempts of losing weight and gaining it all back, roller coaster weight change is a losing strategy. We need to be more like Groot. We need to develop a quiet confidence that knows that despite the chaos around us, what we are doing is working. We eke out tiny, slow, small, steady, permanent progress. I want you to grow stronger and healthier consistently. I don't want you to grow quickly and then fall over from doing so in an unsustainable way. That would make Groot unhappy. It's why the first and most important part of the Nerd Fitness Academy is fixing your mindset. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, but it sets you up to win permanently every day. So, be more like Groot. The next time you are bombarded with the latest and greatest or the newest fad, simply respond with, I am Groot, and get back to work growing stronger, slowly. You just listened to the post titled, Want Results? Be Like Groot. I am Groot, by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com.
Make summer more delicious with Whole Foods Market, where there's something for every adventure. Get ready for road trips with wallet-happy snacks, sparkling waters, and sports drinks from 365 by Whole Foods Market. Taking a staycation? Make it count with wild-caught fresh sockeye salmon, beef kebabs, and sirloin steaks for the grill, plus sweet and juicy summer fruit like sugar-kissed melons and organic cantaloupes. Don't forget fruit-filled pies for dessert. Summer your way with Whole Foods Market.
This episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. Whether you're working out, side on your tan, or running errands at the perfect pace, Liquid IV powder keeps you going with 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Because real life is extreme enough. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Buy a stick in store or at liquidiv.com with the code podcast for 20% off your order.
Dr. Neil here for my commentary. Just the other day, a buddy of mine was telling me that he got back into the gym. Lately, he'd been really into mountain biking, and so he was getting plenty of cardio in by doing some mountain biking, but had been away from resistance training for a long time. So he got back into the gym, and he was super excited because he remembered how much he could lift a few years back. So he thought he would do some squats using the barbell rack. So he added enough weight to make the barbell weigh 225 pounds, 2 plates on each side is what we call it in the gym, and then began to squat. And guess what happened? He threw out his back. And when that happens, you basically have to start over, meaning if you want to squat ever again, you're going to have to start with just body weight and do that for a while. Then you'll eventually, after some time, graduate to using just the barbell with no weight on it. Then you'll stick to that for a long while, and then you'll maybe add 10 pounds to each side and stick to that for a long while. So I love Steve's analogy when he said slow growth creates the deepest roots and thickest trunk, even though that may not be scientifically true. If you're a botanist, you might say that's not true at all. But I love the metaphor when it comes to our bodies and how we work out. My buddy unfortunately learned the hard way that too fast, too soon led to a significant setback. Now he's forced to start slowly, make sure those roots are settled in before he gets back to some of that heavy weight he was lifting before. And to use the tired old cliche from the tortoise and the hare fable, slow and steady wins the race, right? All right, that'll do it from me for today. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here every day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.